And we're back, another nighttime check. Season of the Ermine continues. That is a nice one. Well caught, not too tore up. And he got around, huh? That's a real nice Ermine. Nice and white. Hope I didn't tear up that back leg too much. But yeah, so far so good. I even got another trap to throw in here because he's frozen. So yeah, working out. You can see his tracks there. He's been running around all over here before he committed. Yo, back here on the trap line. It is Friday. The date, I don't know. Middle of the coronavirus upswing in Alaska. Roughly, I don't know, the 10th, 11th, somewhere in there. So far on the line we have one Ermine, no minks, a ton of otter sign that I don't know how to set for because it's on real thin ice, and every time I drop a 330 into the water it gets clogged up with like snow and freezes. I think the flowing water just slowly frosts up on the 330. So learning, trying to figure out how to do all that. Anyway, we're here at this like random set that I put out just to see what would happen. This was baited with fish and a little bit of moose fat, and we have an odd catch. Let me turn you around and I'll show you. Here we are. So I noticed some tracks going into this hole, and I thought they were squirrel tracks, and then I was like, nah, it's way too big to be a squirrel. As you can see, this little setup is right below this setup, and obviously that's like a baited mink or marten cubby. But this, oh man, this is hard with holding the light at the same time. Wait for it. All right, but this happy little hole here, oh, as you can see, I've still got some bait down there. But this little hole here had some tracks going in and out of it, so I figured I'd give her a go. But that is a giant red squirrel. Super nice fur, and you can't get a more lethal catch than that. He was not, there was no struggle. I don't even know how that happened. He put his face on the pan. I don't get it, but there we are. So yeah, maybe I had a little bit of fish smell or something on there, and he put his nose down there to sniff it. I'm not sure. Either way, it's gonna get reset because that's a pretty nice little fur, honestly. My kids got cold weather booties made out of red squirrel hide. It's a real old, mature male, and yeah, to be honest, like, that's an eating sized squirrel, so I'm gonna have him for lunch or something one of these days, and make use of the hide. And he was caught today, so I can get him out of here and reset this trap. There's our remake. That's exactly how I had it. The bait's still in there. Let's see if you can get, yeah, you can see a little bit of red down in there. A little bit of scrap meat. And yeah. Interesting thing is like red squirrels are carnivorous, you know, or omnivores anyway. But they're one of the leading killers of rabbit kits out here, or snowshoe hare kits anyway. And this is a bumper year for snowshoe hares, so rabbits are fat and happy, and the squirrels are fat and happy, and you know, this one's nice. There's no ticks on it. We get these blue ticks up here. They're indigenous to Alaska. They're called red squirrel ticks, but this guy doesn't have any. And man, look at that! Like, that's furred up like an ermine. I mean, obviously the coloration's different, but that's good thick. That's good thick fur. I'm actually more stoked on this than I am on the ermine, because I can eat this, you know. Pretty pumped. It's a beaut. I woke up yesterday and there were ermine tracks all around my chicken coop. That chicken coop. And I don't want all my chickens eaten, so I put out a box. Checking time. Weasel box. Wind's been blowing. There's not a lot of tracks, but there's an ermine. An angry one. Alrighty. I'm gonna get him dispatched and we'll get back to you. Just to give you a better look at this, like, that 1.5 is a hell of a trap for ermine. I didn't get the chest pinch, but we got all 4 legs in there. 3 of them still on the pan. Yeah, pretty incredible. And you can set it up inside a standard box, you know, that you'd use for trapping mink, like whatever fits a 110 or a 120 conibear. So, yeah, I think I'll take this guy out and reset. What up, everybody? You saw this morning I had an ermine in a box set. Who was still alive. That was very near my chicken coop. I'm down here checking the rest of my line. We already got one more in that same box set next to the river that I keep catching them in the 1.5. I don't like the way they're being caught in that old Victor, so I switched it out with a new Duke 1.5 and hoping that I get some more body pinches rather than leg catches, because leg catches are kind of a bloody mess. I think it's a little bit slow. I think they're pulling up quicker because the trap fires slower than the Duke 1.5. So anyway, we're here at another spot, and we got another very nice ermine. As you can see, something's been in there and stole all our bait. There's no ermine in that, but that one got the squeeze. Man, that's a nice one. Yeah. Single spring Victor number 2. And yeah. Yesterday we had a ginormous squirrel caught in that same trap. So here we go. And I will get him out of here. He still seems a bit froze. We'll see. It's a wax trap, so maybe we'll get him out. I don't want to damage it. That's a real nice one. All right, here's the remake. Got a little bit more bait in there, and yeah, here's the ermine view. They're going in there, going in right over the top of that pan. I just blocked it off with this dead wood that I broke off of right there. There was just a nice little hole in there, and I don't know. Interesting stuff, eh? What's up, everybody? Season of the Weasel continues. It's Sunday, and I put this little set out last night to, I don't know, just see how it goes. Seems like there's weasels everywhere this year, so might as well take advantage. I believe this makes number 16 or 17 on the season, and we're officially weasel trapping. Like, if we catch a mink, that'll be rad. But at this point, like, there's so much fun catching ermines every day and there's such a pretty little pelt that let's rock and roll with it. There's only like a $2 or $3 difference between a mink and an ermine at this point anyway, in the fur. So yeah, I'll just keep rolling with it. I'm just gonna embrace it, and you know, you can only do what you can do. I can't get discouraged about not catching mink, especially with full traps, you know. Anyway, here we go. I'll give you a look. We're at my house. This is my backyard, and I set this up last night just because there's more tracks around my chicken coop, so I figured I'll set all the hot spots that I think look weaselly. Here we go. That cup of coffee. That's PVC pipe. There's some bait in there. Oddly enough, I found my bait like stuck in the crotch of this branch right here. I don't understand how it got up there. Probably a bird or squirrel or something came to grab it. But this is a least weasel. As you can see, it's just a little tiny one. They look just like an ermine, only they're about half the size. And you can also see that he didn't last very long. That's a very quick, clean kill. I'm going to pull out most of my older flat spring traps and replace them with these. They're just much quicker. I get much more of these clean kills rather than a foot catch. So, yeah. He's good and soft. I'll get him out of this trap and get this reset. Hello, hello. We're back at the river. And there's been a catch at my mink box. On opening day, I got a very nice mink at this box. Today I show up and, well, before I get to that, I had a conibear. This river flooded, as you can see. The river's very, very high right now. And it flooded, and then it froze, and my conibear is just frozen in. There's still enough opening for something to get into the box though, so I set up a number 1 or 1.5 Victor and just shooting for the leg catch as they go into the box. Fenced it off a little bit, continue to bait and set. Did get a catch today, came up, and as you can see, my fencing's a little screwed up. You can see there's the conibear that's just buried. You can get into the box this way though. And yeah, so all stretched out back here is, what do you know, another ermine. Dun dun dun. It's a real nice one though. He's a little bit dirty, but we'll rinse him off and yeah, ought to be good to go. That's a good leg catch. Foot's still in the pan. Just a little bit of a dirtball weasel, but very nice weasel. So add that one to the tally. Ooh, see if we can get this to zoom in or whatever here. There's a nice flea. Man, these little guys got a lot of bugs. Anyway, we'll get him sprayed in a bag with Raid and move on. Reset and move on. Alright, there's my remake. It's not real complex. I don't even cover my traps. The weasel family likes to charge in and just get after it. So there's a hole in here where you can get to the bait. There's still some bait in there. And yeah, they go right over that trap and we'll get them. I would like to replace this with a Duke 1.5 coil spring, just for a more likely kill. They're a little bit faster trap and they hit harder, but I don't have one with me, so this will stay for another day. As you can see, it's a good area for mink to hunt. Apparently ermines too, but if you look at that, that's all rabbit tracks. I might come down here and set a rabbit snare and see if I can't just catch bait right next to the box. Back to the spot that's been producing ermines left and right, and I took out the 1.5 Victor single spring, the old one, and I put in a Duke 1.5 with, it's like a 4 coil spring, and we got an ermine in the box. I can only see its tail. Maybe he's dead. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. This is why I use these. You can't beat that. That's done, dead. He's caught this morning, and he ugh, it's my lure stick. Caught this morning. He'll be easy to take out of here, and that's, yeah, exactly what I want. No fur damage, no pulling, no bleeding, no nothing. These ermines, when they bleed, they pretty much ruin their fur because it's so nice and white that that blood's like dye, you know, and then you get like these pink spots and stuff, and it's no bueno. So, 2 for today already. For those of you wondering what my set looks like, here's a look. Just your 110 or 120 conibear box with a pile of bait in the back and a set trap. Whoa, what's up everybody? We're here going down to check some traps. I set a rabbit snare here just on a off chance that one might come through, and we hit. Look at that, I almost didn't see it. Blends in super good. Nice little bunny. It's been here for a bit. It's froze to the ground, but yeah. I know, this is just like a guard underneath the road. Anyway, yeah. Done data. Got a little bit of bait, a little bit of meal, a little bit of... Here we are on this little frozen piece of overflow. And I got a squirrel. This is a pretty interesting little set here. So I chopped a hole in the ice that fits my 1.5 just about perfect. And then I got this conibear there that everything seems to jump right through it rather than step on the pan. So I put it right here so that they got to put their foot here. Sorry, they got to put their foot here to jump through, or when they come through, they land there. Given the way that this guy was facing, he came through the other side and landed both feet down. All done. It's alright. It's a nice little fur. He's been chewed on a bit, which means there's probably ermine or mink around. And yeah, we'll salvage what we can. We'll eat some, and we'll use some as bait. Man, I'm doing a terrible job. Yeah, like I said, we'll eat some, and we'll use some as bait. There's the reset. As you can see, it's chopped down in the ice, so it's nice and level. And there's their one window through. Go over the pan of that conibear, which will get them too. But I've had too many misses, so I've been doubling up here. And this is chopped in. I don't know if you can see this, but like, there, my hand's on both sides of the ice. That's under the ice, you know. That's right about level. So that's pretty deadly set. I think I'm going to start doing that for coyotes and lynx once January comes around. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there's today's catch. We have 2 nice ermines, 1 least weasel, a solid rabbit, and the squirrel is currently residing in my belly. Delicious. The last 2 big squirrels we had fried up tonight. Battered, fried, squirreled in gravy. As you can see over here, I got traps ready for canine season, which has been open since October, but I don't hit them until lynx season opens, so that way I can keep any bycatch. Yeah, just that'll be skinning out tomorrow. All 3 of them weasels came out of the that bag. That bag full of raid, and one of them was the culprit. Like this guy here, Right, this guy here, you can see these are all dead. He's been in a bag full of raid for 6 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fleas just on one side of him. This guy was gross. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ugh. Yeah, icky. Anyway, that's why I put him in a bag full of Raid. Honestly, I was trying to wash some fleas off of him. That's why he's wet. I dipped him in the river. And it didn't do much good. I thought I cleaned him up pretty good, but get home, put him in a bag full of Raid, and all of a sudden there's a bunch of dead fleas all over him. So, yeah. Ermine. Louse-infested little creatures. So behind me we got tonight's catch. 2 ermines, 1 least weasel, and a big old snowshoe hare. Snowshoe hare is going to get eaten. What's not going to get eaten is going to get used as bait. The fur will either get made into a luxurious hat or be used as lynx bait when lynx season opens. And the squirrels that you saw caught, they are in my belly. Fried squirrel, right? We salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, roll them in that, dip them in egg yolk, roll them in regular flour, just like all-purpose flour, and then hot peanut oil. You just deep fry them, and then you pour a little bit of gravy over them. Next one I get, maybe I'll do a catch and cook, because that is money. But anybody who's seeing this who's from the South already knows the situation. Yeah, I mean, the ermine season has been incredible this year. At first, I started out being real discouraged because I wasn't catching a lot of mink. I've only caught 2 this year. We started out stellar. The first 2 checks, I had a good mink, great big male, and then a moderate female, and then nothing. I haven't caught a single mink since. But, last year I intentionally had a line out targeting ermine, and I got 3. This year my mink line has produced like 17. So, it's a give and a take. Like I said earlier in the video, like at this point, we're just going to embrace it, and I'm ermine trapping. And if I catch mink, bonus, right? So I'm going to have a bunch of little white pelts, and I'll have trim for everything that I need, and I don't know, maybe the 2-month-old baby will have a full-blown ermine snowsuit. We just don't know how this is going to go. I may sell a few. The ones that are a little bit more messed up, from like the sloppy leg catches or whatever, they will probably I'll tan them myself and use them. I might try to recoup a little bit of gas money, but it ain't that big a deal, to be honest. Nobody alive right now traps for a profession. Everybody does it as a hobby and just tries to make ends meet. So, yeah, we'll see how this rolls. And as you can see, it's a little bit cold. It's not terribly cold. I think it's hoodie weather. You know what I mean? It's like 18, 19 degrees above out. So, high hopes for this evening. We're supposed to get a little bit of snow. Generally on days where it snows, I get more action on my line. Today was a very good day. I'm pretty excited about some rabbit stew. I haven't put my rabbit line out this year just because they've been so plentiful. I don't want to like overcatch. I think last year we caught 42 rabbits, and there were still like 5 or 6 in the freezer when this winter rolled around, but we're out of rabbits in the freezer, so I may throw 5 or 6 snares out here and there, and trap both for lynx bait and food. The lynx season opened this year for trapping for the first time in 4 or 5 or 6 years now. So everybody's pretty excited about that. I got 3 or 4 different locations with good lynx sign. I'm still very new at this trapping game, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate the views. Hit that like, subscribe, comment, and feel free to ask questions. I may not have good answers for you, but I'll make something up. Trust me, I'm a doctor.